Remember the classics? Games like Doom, Wolfenstein 3D, and Contra defined a generation. These games were all about action, adventure, and pushing the limits. Players stepped into the shoes of powerful heroes. They fought against overwhelming odds. The goal was simple: save the day and be the ultimate victor. These games weren't trying to make a social statement, they were pure escapism. They offered a chance to indulge in power fantasies. Players could be strong, skilled, and in control. It was a formula that worked. These games became cultural touchstones. They remain beloved by millions even today. But times are changing. The gaming industry is no longer the niche hobby it once was. It's a multi-billion-dollar global market. With this growth comes new players. There are new expectations and new ideas about what games can be. This is where the concept of wokeness enters the picture. Wokeness is a loaded term. It means different things to different people. In the context of gaming, it refers to a growing awareness of social justice issues. This includes representation, diversity, and inclusion. Games are becoming platforms for social commentary. They're tackling complex issues like race, gender, and sexuality. This is a significant departure from the past. Games are no longer just about entertainment. They are becoming tools for social change. This is reflected in the types of characters we see in games. It's also in the stories being told. This shift toward wokeness is driven by several factors. The gaming audience is more diverse than ever before. Developers are also becoming more aware of social issues. They are using their platforms to reflect the world around them. This includes challenging traditional norms and stereotypes. This new era of gaming is not without its critics. Some argue that wokeness is ruining the industry. They believe games should stick to entertainment. Others welcome the change. They see it as a sign of progress.
The rise of wokeness in gaming is not happening in a vacuum. It's a reflection of broader societal changes that are sweeping across various sectors. It's part of a larger cultural shift that is challenging long-standing norms and pushing for a more inclusive and equitable world. Social movements like Black Lives Matter and #MeToo have sparked global conversations about justice, equality, and representation. These movements have highlighted the need for greater equality and representation in all areas of life, including the world of video games. These movements have had a profound impact on various industries, from entertainment to technology, and gaming is no exception. The gaming industry is facing increasing pressure to become more inclusive, not just in the content it produces but also in its workforce. This includes diversifying its workforce by hiring developers from different backgrounds and ensuring that diverse voices are heard in the creative process. It also means creating games that reflect a wider range of experiences, stories, and perspectives, making the gaming world richer and more varied. Developers are responding to this call for change by embracing diversity in character design and storytelling. They're introducing more diverse characters that players from different backgrounds can see themselves in. They're also exploring more complex themes that resonate with a broader audience, tackling issues that were previously overlooked or ignored.
This shift is also influenced by the changing demographics of gamers themselves. The gaming community is more diverse than ever before. Gone are the days when gaming was primarily a male-dominated hobby. Today, almost half of all gamers are women, and their voices are becoming increasingly influential. Women are not just playing games, they're competing in esports tournaments, streaming their gameplay, and contributing to the gaming culture in significant ways. People of color are also heavily represented in the gaming community, bringing their unique perspectives and experiences to the table. This diverse player base is demanding to see itself reflected in the games they play. They want characters and stories that resonate with their own lives and experiences. They want characters they can relate to, characters that look like them, think like them, and face similar challenges. They want stories that resonate with their experiences, stories that are authentic and meaningful. This demand for diversity and representation is a driving force behind the rise of wokeness in gaming. It's a call for a more inclusive and equitable gaming world where everyone can see themselves reflected and feel valued. Section 4. Inclusivity uploaded. Examples of woke elements in modern games. In recent years, the gaming industry has seen a significant shift towards inclusivity and representation. This movement, often referred to as wokeness, aims to create a more diverse and inclusive gaming environment. The influence of wokeness is evident in many modern games. Developers are increasingly aware of the need to represent a wide range of experiences and identities. These games are challenging traditional gaming tropes. They are moving away from stereotypical characters and storylines, opting instead for more nuanced and varied narratives. They're introducing new perspectives and narratives. This shift is not just about adding diverse characters, but also about telling stories that resonate with a broader audience. Here are a few examples. These games highlight how wokeness is being integrated into the gaming world. Industry expert: The Last of Us Part 2 features a complex female protagonist who defies traditional gender roles. Ellie, the main character, is portrayed with depth and complexity, making her a standout in the gaming world. The game explores themes of loss, revenge, and the cycle of violence. It delves into the emotional and psychological impacts of these themes, offering players a thought-provoking experience. It also features LGBTQ+ characters and relationships. This inclusion is not just tokenism, it is integral to the story and character development. Overwatch is a popular team-based shooter featuring a diverse cast of characters. Each character has a unique backstory and ability, reflecting a wide range of cultures and identities. This includes characters of different races, ethnicities, genders, and sexual orientations. The game has been praised for its commitment to diversity and representation. Industry expert: Life is Strange is a narrative-driven adventure game that tackles issues like bullying, depression, and suicide. The game does not shy away from difficult topics, instead addressing them head-on. It features a female protagonist with relatable struggles. Max, the main character, navigates the challenges of adolescence, making her journey relatable to many players. The game also explores the complexities of female friendships. It portrays these relationships with authenticity and depth, adding another layer to the narrative. These are just a few examples of how wokeness is manifesting in video games. The trend is growing, with more developers recognizing the importance of inclusivity. These games are pushing boundaries. They are not just following trends, but are setting new standards for what video games can be. They're starting important conversations about social issues. By addressing topics like mental health, identity, and social justice, these games are making a significant impact. They're showing that video games can be more than just entertainment. They can be a medium for storytelling, education, and social commentary. They can be powerful tools for social change. By reflecting the diversity of the real world, these games are helping to create a more inclusive and understanding society. Section 5. Gamers Divided: A Mixed Reception to a Changing Industry. The rise of wokeness in gaming has been met with mixed reactions. This shift towards inclusivity and diversity has sparked a wide range of opinions within the gaming community. Some gamers embrace the change wholeheartedly. They see it as a necessary evolution in an industry that has long been criticized for its lack of representation. These gamers view the increased representation of marginalized groups as a positive step towards a more inclusive and equitable industry. They believe that everyone should see themselves reflected in the games they play. They appreciate the efforts of developers who tackle complex social issues through their narratives. For them, these games offer a richer, more meaningful experience. However, not everyone shares this enthusiasm. Some gamers express discomfort with the industry's shift towards social issues, feeling that it detracts from the escapism that games traditionally offer. This division is evident in the mixed reactions from the community. While some welcome the change, others are resistant, feeling that the industry is becoming too political. These gamers argue that video games should primarily be a source of entertainment, free from political influence. They believe that the inclusion of social justice themes disrupts the immersive experience they seek. The debate over whether social justice issues belong in gaming is ongoing. Some argue that games have always been a reflection of society and should evolve with it, while others feel that this evolution is being forced upon them. The pushback against the inclusion of social justice themes is often vocal and intense. Critics argue that these themes are being shoehorned into games, compromising their quality and enjoyment. This resistance to change often stems from a fear of the unfamiliar. For many, the gaming world has been a constant in their lives, and any significant shift can feel threatening. Some gamers are uncomfortable with the idea of playing as characters who are different from them. They may feel disconnected from the story, or find it challenging to relate to the characters. Additionally, there is a sentiment among some gamers that their own experiences and perspectives are no longer being represented. They feel excluded as the industry shifts towards a broader inclusivity. This backlash against wokeness can manifest in various ways, from vocal opposition on social media to more organized efforts to resist these changes. Some gamers choose to boycott games they perceive as too political, hoping to send a message to developers and publishers about their preferences. Unfortunately, others take a more aggressive approach, engaging in online harassment of developers and fellow gamers who support inclusivity. This toxic behavior highlights the darker side of the resistance. This resistance underscores the growing pains the industry is experiencing. As gaming continues to evolve, it must navigate these challenges to create a more inclusive and welcoming environment for all players.